Hi and welcome. This video today is on media management and actually media management specifically through Prelude. Now, what we want to do today is we want to find some raw media. We want to apply a naming convention and also do a transcode from one codec to another. And this is how we're going to do it. You'll see from my desktop that I've created a media management structure. Now, this could be your project name, but this is just a guide. So these folders will persist though all the way through. So even though I've got media management semester one, that could be your overall project name. As we go through, I've divided off into a group, and this could be an episode perhaps. And inside there, then we hit the meat of what we're actually talking about. So we have a few folders, okay? We have, and there's a logic to this, we have one_original raw, and we're gonna have some original ProRes media in here, recorded from camera. And you'll see we've got card 1, card 2, all the way through to card 5. We then also have our transcoded, 2_transcoded. And we should have a replica of those folder structures. We've actually got up to card 4 here. So inside here, I'm just going to grab card 5's name. I'm going to copy that. I'm just going to jump into high quality. I'm going to new folder and copy and paste the name in. Okay, so now we have duplicate cards here, okay? Duplicate folders. So the folder in the raw is the same as the folder in high quality and also would be the same as the folder in the proxies. We're not dealing with proxies at the moment because that would be sort of like a daily workflow. I have a separate daily video workflow for that. You'll also see there is projects here, and we've got Avid, Media Composer, we've got Prelude, Premiere Pro, and Resolve. Okay. Now we're going to be looking at Prelude today, and we're going to be utilizing some of this media here. So let's begin. What do we need to do? So let's open up Prelude. In Prelude, you can see we've got loads of stuff going on. Okay. Seems quite complicated, but the first thing we need to do is find our ingest. So we go up to File and we get Ingest. And this project pane will pop up. Okay. Now, if we just get some more real estate on screen. Now, if you navigate through to this side, okay, over here, Premiere, Prelude, the Adobe application is quite similar. If we open up the hard drive, that's where it actually stored, and we navigate through to my original raw, and we navigate through to card 1. Now, here are the files from this first card, okay? Now, let's firstly check them all. So all of these files now, all of them, are going to be included in the process. So this check mark means that each file will be processed in turn. So now we jump over to this section here. Okay, this section, this is where all the fun stuff happens. So let's just have a quick look. So first thing we need to do is we want to transfer clips to destination. You know, we're making copies of these clips or clones, okay? And we need to choose our destination. So the first thing you need to do is click on here and browse for a location. My location is going to be, I know it's on my desktop. I know it's in media management. Semester 1, and then we go all the way through. Different folder though. We're actually going into the transcoded folder, into the high quality. We're looking for card 1, that's my folder, that's the one I choose, okay? That's where I want it to go. Card 1 original raw is going to go into card 1 high quality transcoded, okay? As we move down, you can see that there's a little add subfolder here. We don't really need to select that, that's just going to, that could create another subfolder inside this folder we've chosen. I don't need to do that. As we move down, transcode, do we want to transcode it? With this particular media, yeah, I do. So I'm going to hit transcode, I'm going to choose the format QuickTime, and I want my transcode to be 422 HD 1080p 25. Now, of course, what's really important here is that if your original media is high definition, it's 1080, it's P, and it's 25, then transcode it to this. Okay, if your original media here was ProRes 422 HD interlaced 25, then change this to interlaced. Okay, so whatever your source is, it needs to be matched. Okay, that's really quite important. As we move down, we are going to now, we're going to ignore the file metadata, but we actually are going to rename the files. Okay, so I'm going to hit the rename file section. Now in here, you'll see these two little arrows. The second one, this is where we can add new preset. So we can now, this is a blank section now, we can create some rules. Okay, so there's a little plus box here. Great thing about Adobe software, everything's really small. Everything's really tiny, so you have to hunt through things. So what I want to do is first I want to add custom text to my naming convention. This is the naming convention area now, and I want to add the file name. Okay. Now the file names of these here, MVI 8209 10 11 12. They're the file names. They need to be on the file as it's transcoded, but we can also now add some metadata or information as a prefix. Now, what I want to do is this. So if I just hide that down, what we want to do is we want to have a quick look. So these are the clips we're dealing with in the original RAW, and we are going to transcode them through to the high quality card one folder. Okay, we know that's happening. We've already set that. But these card names here, that's our naming convention. So we've got the charity Sparks, we've got shoot one, we've got the date, we have the camera, and we have card one. So I'm really happy with that information. I'm going to highlight that particular card. I'm just going to copy that. Okay, and then I'm going to jump back into Prelude. And inside the font, inside the custom name, I'm just going to paste in that name. It's quite good actually. It gives you an example of what it would look like. You'll notice that the name convention and the file name are pretty close together. So I would always add another underscore there. Okay, so that is my naming convention ready to go. I want to save it, and this is just saving a preset, and I'm going to call it Mark Card One. You call it whatever you want, or you call it the project name, it's fine. So I'm happy with that. Now, let's just double check. So we've chosen our clips from this source, the RAW. We're transferring. We are transcoding to ProRes. Okay, and there's going to be a verify. It's grayed out, you see, you can't change it, so it's going to automatically verify MD5 checks and comparison, which is the algorithm that Adobe uses, which is good. I would always use MD5 checks. I'm happy with that. That just means that whatever this is going to come across, no data is going to be lost. Once we're happy with all of this, we're going to hit ingest, and we go. And then Adobe's media encoder engine will start. So the clips will be passed from Prelude, and they'll be routed through media encoder. Media encoder will start to encode them, and then we can have a look at what these clips look like. Okay, and you can see now that the clips are populating and they're processing automatically. You can see the clip down here, see the metadata that's going on. Let's hide that down and let's have a look at what's happening at the media management end at the Finder level. And can you see inside high quality, inside card one, see there are the two clips. First two clips have been generated and it's working on the next one now. There's the next one. So these clips are building, but not only are they building, they're applying the naming convention, which is what we want. And note, the naming convention here is the same as the overall folder name, really important. And also matching exactly with the original RAW. This is just good common housekeeping, okay? If you have any problems, you can always go back to the original RAW, okay? But we know where these things are. Let's have a look at media encoder. Okay, so we've got a few clips. We'll just let these process. And we're done. Great. Now, if you jump back to Prelude, you can actually see that all the clips will be populated into the browser here. And you can then start logging and defining some interesting parts of the clip that you want to use. But I'm pretty much done with Prelude now. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to hit quit. And I'm going to hide that, and we are left now with our high quality, which now can be moved into the edit. We open up one of these clips, and we can see, here's a good clip here, let's go to the metadata, show me inspector, we can see there's the root name, and we've got the name, and we can see the codec, and the file size. So I'm pretty happy with this. Great. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Happy media management.